Closer from South Dakota State, who is back this year, going 4 near-perfect shutout innings to try to get the win, but ultimately got pulled, and that's all she wrote for the Sasquatch. You got a lot of new players coming back this year to Spearfish, 8 returners, including Gage Crott and Trey Vorwald, who are already here, and Ryan Bachman, who will be joining in a few days to go onto the road to Oahe next week. But then you got a lot of new guys stretching from the west coast of California all the way to the east coast over at Ohio and Massachusetts. And you got 3 players from overseas, 2 from South Korea, 1 over from Puerto Rico. We stepped aside earlier to talk to owner and general manager Eric Schmidt about his job as the do-it-all man here in South Dakota ahead of the 2023 season.
So joined by owner and general manager Eric Schmidt of the Spearfish Sasquatch. Eric, you worked for the team since 2018. You bought in 2020. What was that feeling like owning your first baseball team?
Yeah, it was kind of a dream of mine to kind of mix business and baseball, and being in the baseball as the general manager, and then having the opportunity to buy in and purchase the team and run everything was just kind of a surreal moment for me.
Yeah, you do everything around here, and it's pretty apparent. So, get new players every year. How do you go about building a team in the offseason?
Yeah, a lot of it's relationship based, just like any sort of recruiting is. We build these relationships with coaches across the country, and hopefully the reputation we built here in Spearfish allows them to trust sending us guys for the summer.
Yeah, and then lastly, when you see these small franchises in the summer baseball leagues like Spearfish, a big emphasis on fan engagement. What is your goal for a fan when they walk through that gate right there at Black Hills Energy Stadium?
Yeah, really the goal is simple. Have a smile on their face when they leave. That's it. So we want things happening throughout the ballpark all game long, so their head's on a swivel. And then while the game's in action, they're watching the guys on the field. At the end of the day, we hope to bring home a W. But if that doesn't happen, as long as fans are leaving with smiles on their faces, a few autographs and pictures, we're happy about it.
And then if someone's contemplating coming to a game for the first time, they've never been to one, they're on the edge, what would you say to convince them to show up?
I would just say, give us a shot. I'm very confident that you're going to have a good time, whether you like baseball or not. We do enough to keep the fans engaged, and it's almost a personal guarantee of mine that you're going to leave here thinking, wow, that was fun, I'll come back.
Yeah, fan engagement is so important here. First pitch at 3:05 today. Make sure to show up at the Black Hills Energy Stadium in beautiful Spearfish, South Dakota. I'm Sean Massa, once again joined by Eric Schmidt today.
Something not everyone realizes about summer baseball is it's not normal. Not at all. There's 2 halves. At the middle of the summer, the schedule and the stats will reset, and the winner of the first half will claim home field in the championship series. The winner of the second half will get the other spot in the championship series, a 5-game series this year for the championship. No divisions this year in the Independence League baseball. Just go right into a 5-game championship series. The Sasquatch looking to secure one of those spots this year, needing to win their 6 playoff eligible teams in the Independence League this year. And the Sasquatch are looking to get one of those and bring a championship to Spearfish. Talked to Trey Vorwald before the game a little bit. He was talking about the unfinished business here in Spearfish after losing that championship series last year. They're not happy. They want to come back and they want to win a championship for the great people in Spearfish, South Dakota. Trey, and I quote, said, "The people here deserve nothing less than a championship to celebrate this year," and that is what everyone in that dugout is ready to do. And they are ready, they are locked in, and they are ready to play in front of the fans here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. The starting lineup for the Sasquatch today: Trey Vorwald, the man we just talked about, is leading off, playing in left field. You got Luis Reyes, the man from Puerto Rico, slotting in the 2 spot at shortstop. Jack Naylor playing first base. And batting third in the cleanup spot, DJ Van Atten got really unlucky in the opening series, but man, oh man, does he hit baseballs hard. Then you got Christian Soto coming in to the 5 spot. He will be playing third base for the Sasquatch. Then you go over to Chaz Crook. He's playing DH, finds himself in the infield, but he's slotting in DH. Then you got the 7, 8, 9. Danny Tyson playing center. Keegan Weston behind the dish. And then you got Parker Bledgy playing second base. Oliver Wilson, the left-hander, on the mound for the Sasquatch today. First pitch right here when we get back, 6:05 p.m. Mountain Time, right here on Spearfish Sasquatch Live.
I feel so good today.
For more information on the Squatch Dog Challenge.
That was, yeah. I don't think I can do it.
Don't forget to sign up for your chance to win $10,000 today. One winner will be selected each game, and if the Sasquatch hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 8th inning, the chosen person will take home the grand prize of $10,000, courtesy of the Lodge at Deadwood. It's free to sign up, so make sure you visit the guest services tent located on the concourse. Today's umpires for the home opener, as appointed by the Independence League Baseball, are Jeremy Virgil and Andy Plagliano. This umpire introduction has been brought to you by The Blind Guy. The Blind Guy has been providing the Black Hills and surrounding area with beautiful custom window treatment since 2003. Call and schedule your free in-home consultation today.
They are 0-3. Leadoff man is Gage Frank. Batting second, catcher Marcus Cabreras. Batting third, first baseman Nick Jones. Batting fourth, second baseman Zach Biddle. Batting fifth, left fielder Ty Madsen. Batting sixth, third baseman Cannon Coakley. Batting seventh, DHing Rusty Wortman. Batting eighth, it's your beer banner, shortstop, number 25, Adam DeVore. And batting ninth, center fielder, Lane Shire.
I told Eddie, I said, I thought that. But he flipped it 200 miles an hour and hit the ground and just went over the fence and clear. It kind of went, there was grandstands like this, it was open, and it went over the grandstand. We might have hit a car. They showed the car and it was hit. Then I thought, if that would have hit the grandstand, but it would have.
And now, fans, here's your starting lineup for the home opener for your Spearfish Sasquatch. Leading off, he's back, number 3, right fielder Trey Vorwald. Batting second, shortstop Luis Reyes. Batting third, first baseman Jack Naylor. Batting fourth, playing left field, number 27, DJ Van Etten. Batting fifth, third baseman, we're number 2, Christian Soto. Batting sixth, DHing, number 35, Chaz Crook. And batting seventh, center fielder, number 38, Daniel Thiessen. Batting eighth, catcher, number 26, Keegan Weston. And batting ninth, we're number 5, second baseman, Parker Legge.
It's like,
Right?
And down the mound for the home opener, coming to us from SMU, number 23, Oliver Wilson.
probably have to put that in Letty's bag so I have it for the first week.
I text Creed, I was like, I'm sitting in your seat until you get here.
Yeah, no kidding. Are you down there?
I got there last two, yeah.
Fans, we ask that you please stand
He's
and
like,
remove
"We're
your
on our way." I'm
caps as our national anthem today will be sung by Kaya Foot.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight
And welcome to Spearfish, South Dakota, the Sasquatch and the Sodbusters from Hastings, both looking for their first win on the season, both on the other end of a 3-game sweep to open the season. The Sasquatch had a tough time in Dickinson, North Dakota against the Big Sticks in the Independence League opener, and the Sodbusters, they had a fun time in Fremont, including a Game 2 walk-off on a wild pitch in the 11th inning, just not what you want as a team. One of the most brutal ways to lose a game, as we're already getting a national anthem standoff on the field to the left and right of Oliver Wilson, who finds himself on the mound for the Spearfish Sasquatch to open up the home opener. Wilson, a left-hander from SMU, not going to blow you away with a lot of velocity, but as we've seen from these crafty left-handers, the breaking ball can be quite disgusting, to say the least, and Oliver is locked in. I talked to him pre-game about being told you're going to start Friday, that game getting canceled, and then being told you're going to start Saturday, and then that game getting canceled. Mentally preparing for a game for 72 hours. Kind of talked to him a little bit about how that was going to affect him mentally, and he just said it's not going to. He's ready, and he knows exactly what he needs to do out in this one. The Sasquatch have had trouble so far getting consistent pitching from their starting arms in games 1, 2, and 3 against Dickinson. That's really where the Big Sticks ran away with some games, was getting big innings early on and getting to the likes of Lance Schaff, Julio Ramiro, and the whole rotation just did not have a fun time in Dickinson, and Oliver's looking to change that against a Sodbusters team, to say the least, that isn't hitting remotely well. 158 as a team in their first 3 games against Fremont. Just not at all what you want to see if you're part of this Hastings Sodbusters team, and definitely something that Joel Schipper, the head coach of these Sodbusters, are going to try to get to his team to change. Head coach Joel Schipper is joined by assistant coach Corey Corponda for the Sodbusters, as we're ready to play baseball here in Spearfish, South Dakota. The leadoff hitter, Gage Frank, the right fielder, going to go against Oliver Wilson to start this game off. But first, we got to wait for the standoff to end. Gage Crott and Julio Romero not giving up at all for the Sasquatch. Something that we see Gage do a lot is stand there. And we have to see if this one goes the Sasquatch way. Something I talked to Gage about, how he always does these national anthem standoffs pre-game, no matter where he is. He just says it puts a type of energy in the dugout pre-game and kind of gets the guys riled up. If he's not in the lineup that day and he's not slotted to pitch, as Gage, the utility player, find himself all throughout the outfield and on the mound at times. If he's not going to be able to do it himself on the field, he's got to find another way to get energy in that dugout and support his team. A true leader in Gage Crott. And it's still going on. These guys just don't want to quit. It's something you see. Gage won the one in Dickinson in Game 3. The energy was there to begin, but nothing much came to it as Dickinson ran away with that game. And a little bit of a sour taste for the Sasquatch on that one, as they watched the Big Sticks bring actual brooms onto the field, kind of taunting them. But it's kind of become a tradition for this Sasquatch team to open up seasons to go to Dickinson and lose big. The last 2 years, they have gotten swept in Dickinson to start the season, including last year, where they lost 3 in Dickinson, then came here to Spearfish and lost 2 of 3. To the Big Sticks, not winning until Game 6 of the year against the Badlands Big Sticks. So it's kind of become a tradition at this point to learn how to lose early, and some may say that's a good thing for a team, is learn how to lose early so you never want to do it again, because some would say it's better to lose than it is to win sometimes. Kind of teaches you some things once in a while. As Wilson on the mound, Gage Frank right outside the batter's box. They're just waiting to go right now. This standoff doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. Neither guy wants to give up. Gage Crott pointing up to the sky at a little bit of a storm cloud going over the mountains in the background here in Spearfish, South Dakota. Really one of the features of this ballpark that is so unique and so special is that mountainy backdrop by Crow's Peak right in center field. Just absolutely gorgeous. And when it's clear skies, that is beautiful. And they're doing rock, paper, scissors right now to decide. And Julio Romero is going to send him home. And that's a W right off the bat. He's getting the crowd into it. And that's what you want to see from people who may not find themselves in the lineup. Romero pitching on Thursday for the Sasquatch. Not going to be scheduled to pitch today. Same with Crott. Not in the lineup and not really in line to pitch some innings today. Getting their team fired up early. And the crowd already celebrating something before the first pitch. Going on to Gage Frank, the right fielder. for the Sodbusters coming up. And here's the first pitch from Oliver Wilson. It's in the dirt. Behind the plate, Keegan Weston keeps that one in front of him. We'll go over to the defensive lineup for the Sasquatch. In the outfield, going from left to right, you got Trey Vorwald, Danny Thyssen, DJ Van Atten in right. In the infield at third base, Christian Soto. At short, Luis Reyes. At second base, Parker Bledgy as that one's lifted into left field. Going over into the gap, gonna make the play is Thiessen. He calls off Vorwald, and he makes the catch for the first out. Looks like the wind might have killed it a little bit. Maybe a gust picked up right there. Got it on the hands, and it popped up. And he's going to get him out for the first one. Marco Cabrina's the catcher, going to come up. So a very unorthodox lineup for the Sodbusters to start out this one. A right fielder leading off, then your catcher in the 2 spot. And Cabrina steps in with the 1 away. Wilson working efficiently so far. Jams him on the first one. He fouls it off in the backstop. Gets ahead 0-1. We've seen right away from Oliver Wilson that slider going into the back foot of the hitters on the right side of the batter's box and getting in on the hands of the bat and really causing trouble to the first 2 hitters so far. That's how he got Gage Frank to fly out, and Cabranes on the first one gets jammed in on the hands. Wilson shakes off the sign, and he gets another one. Here's the pitch. That one's flied foul. Once again, this one off the other side of the bat, the edge. Ahead 0-2. Got to think Wilson might try to give him the chase something. He's already showed him 2 breaking balls, but if you can locate one in the dirt and get him to go fishing here, it would just be absolutely gorgeous to retire Cabranes. And not every day you see a catcher hitting in the 2 spot. Cabranes finding himself very, very close to the plate as he tried to get him to chase the low curveball. That one in the feet, and Weston keeps it in front of him for ball 1 of the at-bat. You're seeing Marcos Cabranes going really close to the line, closer than he was the first 2 pitches. He is hugging that inside of the batter's box. Something pitchers don't love. Here's the 1-2 from Wilson. Swung on and driven in the right center field. That one's going to drop. Thiessen on the run. He's going to go for 2. Cabranes heading around. The throw from Thiessen's cut off at second base by Parker Bledgy, and it's a 1-out double from the catcher of the Sodbusters. Marcos Cabranes is on base. Got a rip on that one. Danny Thyssen, big frame out in center field. Talked to him on the road. He's used to playing in the corners, but with summer baseball, you don't get a lot of your guys till the very end, or till at least the middle. And he's going to have to slot in there. And that's going to bring up the 3 spot, Nick Jones, the first baseman for this Sodbusters team. Jones on the season, hitting .231, one of the best hitters that the Sodbusters team has. Wilson checks the runner at second. That one inside, tried to give him the jam a little bit. That one's off the hand of Weston, thank the Lord that it doesn't roll that far, and then at second base, Cabranes had no idea and just went back to the bag not looking, because that could have been an extra base and a free base. Would not have been ideal for the Sasquatch. Trying to get out of this inning. The first and second innings for the Sasquatch defensively have been the nails in the coffin. They have not been able to get out with a goose egg and give their batters a chance to take the lead early. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Jones, standing in the left-hand batter's box. Wilson checking the runner. Tries to jam him again, gets the call in the inner third. A beautiful pitch from Oliver Wilson. Going to the breaking ball in the off-speed early on in this one. And gets back in this one 1-1 now. Runner still on second. Reyes keeping him close. Wilson checks a decent-sized lead by Cabranes. Here's the 1-1. Tried to jam him, drives it in the right center gap. Thyssen going over. He's going to make the catch coming in. It was a little bit of a scary one. Thought it might drop right in front of him. It's a second out. Daniel Thiessen gets the catch in center field. Looks like he might have jumped back a little bit. Thought it was hit a little bit harder towards the warning track. But he's going to get the catch in the right center gap. And that's going to be the second out. Bringing up the cleanup spot, Zach Vital, the second baseman. He's going to come up to the plate now for the Sasquatch, or against the Sasquatch, excuse me. Trying to get something of that double from Marcos Cabranes. Bledgy going to check the runner. He's going to hold him. He backs away. Here's the pitch from Wilson. That one in the dirt. Going to be ball 1, the breaking ball. What he's been going to all day. We've only seen a handful of fastballs at most in this first inning from Oliver Wilson. Definitely going to try to establish that breaking ball early on in this one. And against a Hastings team that isn't hitting very well on the season, 158 if we went over in the pregame show. Something that he's going to try to take advantage of. Decent sized lead at second by Cabranes. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He checks again. Now the 1-0 pitch. That one in the zone, a perfect slider. He fooled Vital as thought that one was going to be in the left-hand batter's box. It catches the zone. And that is a beautiful front door slider from Oliver Wilson trying to get out of this, trying to avoid the runner to score from second. If he could get a big goose egg in the first inning here for the Sasquatch, something they haven't had a lot all season, and get this offense rolling. It starts from the mound. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be flied in the right field. It's going to go towards foul territory, making a run as Naylor. He's not going to be able to get it. It's going to drop on the dirt. Looked like it might carry a little bit and give DJ Van Atten a chance on right field, but right in the soft spot where neither one of those guys could get to it. And it's going to be a 1-2 count with 2 away now for Oliver Wilson. Wilson versus Zach Vital. Vital on the season is having a decent year to start out. But as we've learned from summer baseball and watching games, you can't really make any assumptions after 3 games if you look at some of the Sasquatch players as well, just getting unlucky. And it's got to be the case with Hastings. They're looking for their first win today, and what a way to start it by getting a run here from Zach Vital. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Wilson. He checks the runner for a 3rd time. Swung on and fouled off again off the edge of the bat. Vital not going away. The Sodbusters' second baseman does not want to quit right now. And he just seems to be fighting off every breaking ball that Wilson's going to give him. A big lead at second from Cabranes. Might be trying to get in Wilson's head a little bit. Bledgy checked him, but he's not going to hold him anymore. He goes back. No one holding the runner. Here's the pitch. That one is going to find the zone. He froze him for strike 3. Oliver Wilson gets his first strikeout in a Sasquatch uniform to end the top of the first inning. We'll go bottom 1. Runner stranded on second for Hastings. We'll be right back here on Spearfish Sasquatch Live.